Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Playing Pauper. So this week, we are testing out a deck that probably is familiar, at least to some of you. This is the Mono Black Land Destruction deck that we had an instant deck tech of like a week or two ago. So basically, looking to blow up a lot of lands, hopefully keep our opponent at very minimal resources, and then win the game with a big threat or two. So we're going to give it a shot, see how this deck actually works in practice, and like usual, gonna do a super quick 2-minute refresher deck tech, since you probably already saw the full breakdown. If not, check out the instant deck tech if you want an in-depth discussion of the deck. A quick reminder before we break down Mono Black Land Destruction for Pauper. If you enjoy this deck, and you enjoy playing Pauper in general, it would be amazing of you if you could take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's talk Mono Black Land Destruction, and the idea of this deck is to blow up lands. Many lands. So we have 3 different 3-mana land destruction spells. Each have a little bit of a twist to them, but basically they are 3 mana, get rid of a land. So hopefully we can start casting these, if we're lucky, as early as turn 1, but hopefully by turn 3 for sure. Befoul, a bit more expensive, but it has the upside of hitting a creature in a pinch. To facilitate our fast land destruction, Dark Ritual on turn 1, if we have a swamp, can let us cast one of our 3-mana land destruction spells. Peat Bog is this weird land that taps for 2 mana, but we can only use it twice before it runs out and goes away. But if we play it on turn 1, on turn 2 we play another land, can cast a 3-mana land destruction spell. So we really want to start blowing up lands by turn 1 or turn 2, which allows us to just keep chaining land destruction spells and keeping our opponent with like 0-1 land, somewhere in that range, depending on player draw on the battlefield. To facilitate this plan, we need card draw, because there's a risk we're going to Dark Ritual Land Destruction into Dark Ritual Land Destruction and just run out of cards, and sure, our opponent has no lands, but we're not really progressing the game. So for this, Thorn of the Black Rose is our best option. If we keep our opponent on no lands, they shouldn't be able to steal the Monarchy back from us. So we're just drawing an extra card every single turn with the Monarchy, plus we get a reasonable body on the battlefield. We combine that with Sign of Blood, Read the Bones to keep churning through our deck. Dusk Legion Zealot gives us a body that can chump block, help us keep that Monarchy while also drawing us a card. And then to finish the game, our big plan is Gurmag Angler, which is just one of the biggest, cheapest threats in the Pauper format. A 5/5 dodges a lot of removal, especially if our opponent doesn't have many or any lands on the battlefield, and then it closes out the game in just a few attacks. As far as the rest of the deck, Chainer's Edict gives us a little bit of removal. Mana base, we talked about Peat Bog, we get Barrenmoor for cycling lands, Radiant Fountain, just a touch of life gain, a bunch of swamps. In the sideboard, we get a bunch more removal for different situations. Ghastly Demise, Victim of Night for the early game. Befoul kills pretty much anything. Tendrils gains us some life as well. Pestilence is a sweeper. Cartouche to gain life against burn. Duress to attack the control deck's hand. And that is Mono Black Land Destruction for Pauper. And that's our Playing Pauper deck for this week. So anyway, let's get to the gameplay, see if this crazy deck actually works. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Alright, Playing Pauper time. We are playing some Mono Black Land Destruction. Alright. I mean, this hand's fine. We're on the play, so we have Dusk Legion Zealot. We should find a land into Land Destruction on turn 3, and eventually some card draw. I mean, it seems fine. It's not our most explosive hand. It's not like turn 2. I mean, we could draw Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual, blow up your first land, is about as good as it gets for this deck. But for not having an insane nut draw, it seems reasonable. Reasonable enough. See what our opponent's doing. Evolving Wilds. Well, that's fine. We couldn't blow that up anyway. Let's swamp. We really would like to draw a land here. Dusk Legion Zealot. Alright. More land destruction, but no land. Well, once we get land number 3, we can start taxing our opponent's lands, or their counter spells at least. Snow-covered mountain. Opponent passes. Land, please? No. Well, get in with Dusk Legion Zealot. Hit our opponent. Missing these land drops is not ideal. Let's Dusk Legion number 2. Opponent thinks about countering. Let's go. Land. Oh, dear. Alright. Spell Stutter Sprite. Well, now I'm a little bit worried. Missing these lands is pretty bad. Opponent brainstorms. Passes. Man. Are they missing lands? No. Wow, they are. Peat bog. Okay. Well, that's not exactly the land we wanted. Preordain. Oh, this would have been so good. Opponent, bottom, trying to find a land, misses. Well, there is good news. We might still be able to punish our opponent here with this peat bog. Scred. Okay. Well, let's Icequake the land, get in. We still need lands because this peat bog is going to run out. Opponent, getting in. Yup. Passes. Land, please? Land? Maybe? Alright, there's a land. So now we get to... Choking Sands. Put our opponent to 0 lands. Get in with Dusk Legion Zealot. And now we're pretty much where we want to be. It was a little bit rocky with the start, but now, opponent finds a land. Okay. Staying alive. Well, we have an answer for that, and we can pay for days. We are going to have to cash in our peat bog, unless we draw a land. Opponent ponders, no shuffles. Gets in for 1. Well, we draw Choking Sands. Alright, that's easy. Let's just Choking Sands. Get in with Dusk Legion Zealot. Pass the turn. Did you find a land? Ooh. Oh boy. If our opponent misses lands, things get even better. Opponent gets in. Down to 13. Did they really not leave a land on top? They pondered and... I mean, can you really... Okay, Ash Barrens. Oh, that's... Ooh, got him. We got him. That's Mono Black land destruction. Doing its thing, punishing our opponent. Okay, so against our opponent's deck, all right, what is our plan? Our opponent's going to have lots of counters. Duresses seem most important. Ghastly Demise seems good. Cartouche also seems pretty fine, or Pestilence. How do we make room for this is the big question. Chainer's Edict, it's not bad, but it's not great. Dark Ritual, Duress, Ghastly, we gotta cut a lot of cards. I think, let's cut Chainer's Edict. Cut a Befoul. Maybe Pestilence is a bad idea. Let's bring in the Cartouches. They seem to kill quite a bit. Cut a Befoul. Can we really cut all the Chainer's Edicts? Our opponent has so many random 1/1s. They don't seem great. Rancid Earth seems pretty sweet if we can actually turn on Threshold. Let's go down 1 Dusk Legion Zealot. Let's just try it like that. I think that's fine. Duresses seem like our main thing. Hopefully we don't just get run over, although Cartouche on like a Gurmag Angler is pretty good. Come on, Dark Ritual, Swampland Destruction. Alright. No Dark Ritual. We will keep this, though. Snow-covered Island. Fairy Miscreant. Well, Swamp Goo. Opponent passes. Well, let's see. We might fall kind of far behind this match. Gets in with Fairy Miscreant. Sure. Down to 19. I'll play the Swamp. Sign in Blood. There's Spellstutter Sprite. Yep. Well, I mean, next turn we get to start trying to fire off land destruction. We'll see. We'll see if it works. Opponent gets in for 2. Down to 17. Augur of Bolus goes digging for a counter spell. Evolving Wilds. I'll play Radiant Fountain. Gain some life. Icequake. Snow-covered Island. Opponent cracks Evolving Wilds. Alright. So 1 land down. Opponent. Alright. So they are going to have double blue for this counter spell. Gets in. Yup. We draw Swamp. Well, let's Icequake, Snow-covered Island. Opponent counters. Ghastly Demise, Miscreant. Pass the turn. Alright, we'll see. We'll see. Opponent ponders. We are still at 16. No shuffle. Another island. Well, the bad news is our opponent's finding enough lands to stay in the game. Gets in. Yup. Down to 14. Passes. Well, Choking Sands. Oh, gosh. Ban it! Ban it! It must be banned. Alright. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Opponent untaps. Gets it. Hits us. Maybe we do want Pestilence. Snow-covered island. Stormbound Geist. Well, Choking Sands, Snow-covered island. Gurmag Angler. Pass the turn. We're still getting pretty beaten down in the air, though. We're going to need to, like, top deck and resolve Cartouche of Ambition, I guess. Opponent. Gets in with all the flyers. Okay. Yep. And a ninja? Oh, boy. Opponent's got the full combo. Down to 6. Snow-covered island. Opponent passes. I'll play Dusk Legion Zealot. I think we're just dead, though. Draw a card. More Read the Bones. Alright. Yeah, let's scoop it up. I think we do need to bring in Pestilence. Although, it is a pretty big deal to be on the play versus the draw. We're able to pressure our opponent's counterspells much more effectively on the play versus the draw. Let's go down a couple more Dusk Legion Zealots. I'm not overly impressed with Dusk Legion Zealot in this matchup. Yeah, let's go down all of them. Bring in a Victim of Night as well. Being on the play is huge. That greatly increases the ways we can blow up our opponent's first land. We will play first. Alright. Well, hopefully we draw into some lands. We do have turn 1 land destruction. Although, this land is going to go away quickly. So, Peat Bog, go. So we really just need to draw lands. Or ways to find lands. Like card draw. Snow-covered island. Opponent. Delver of Secrets. Well, there's a swamp. Icequake. Can we beat a Delver? Drawing a land was good. Opponent. No luck with the blind flip. Evolving Wilds. Gets in. Yep. Down to 19. We draw. Thorn of the Black Rose. Yeah. Run it out. Hopefully draw our lands. We're really hoping this Delver doesn't flip. So we become the Monarch. Opponent cracks Evolving Wilds. Yeah, we really want the non-flip of Delver here. We draw an extra card. Not a land. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Delver, no flip, no flip, no flip. Oh, no flip. Okay. Snow-covered mountain. Augur of Bolus. All right, come on, land. Come on, land. Land is so important here. Potentially just wins us the game if we draw it. Opponent. Passes. Land. Oh, no. Oh, boy. We draw. Oh, dear. All right. Now we lose. Oh, boy. That was such a big turn. Such a big turn. Opponent. Gonna steal the Monarchy. Well, we will block your Delver. But now our opponent gets to draw the extra cards, and that's super bad. Oh, we needed that land. That land was everything. Opponent ponders. Cycles Ash Barrens. Gets an island. Preordains. Well, we get another shot at drawing a land here. If we can draw a land, it's still pretty good. Opponent gets an extra card. All right, there's a swamp. Well, I think our plan is actually, this is weird, but Cartouche of Ambition on Thorn of the Black Rose. Counter on Augur of Bolus. Get in with Thorn. So this means Augur cannot steal back the Monarchy. I guess our opponent could have a ninja to pick it back up, but we steal back the crown. Pass the turn. Draw a... Read the Bones. All right, opponent. Preordains. Man, this is a close one. No ninja. No ninja. Preordains. Opponent's really digging for lands. Or something. Bottom top. Top top. Oh boy. That's a ambitious gush. Picks up the snow-covered island. So this means our opponent found a ninja. Yup. This is okay. Opponent gets to draw a card, but we should be able to start resolving land destruction, and we steal back the Monarchy, and our opponent has to discard to hand size. Yup. Opponent draws. Well, time to start taxing the lands. We wouldn't mind just a swamp here. I don't think this deck should have days, but you never know. Discards, discards. So now we're in this weird scenario where we're both drawing an extra card each turn. Well, Icequake, Peat Bog, get in with Thorn. Yeah, we gotta steal the Monarchy. Opponent's drawing extra cards, so our opponent's problem is Barrenmoor. Okay. Our opponent's problem is they're going to have a hard time deploying the cards that they're drawing if we can keep attacking their lands. Opponent gets in. And with this cartouche, a Lightning Bolt can't take down Thorn of the Black Rose, Snow-Covered Island, Augur of Bolas. Alright. Finds a not great Gush. We would love land destruction here to just be able to destroy 2 lands, or a untapped land here, rather. Opponent. Thinking. Ooh, alright. So, Dark Ritual, Rancid Earth, Choking Sands, get in with Thorn. Opponent takes it. We steal back the crowd. Play the Barrenmoor, pass the turn, draw a card. Ooh, alright. Alright, things are shaping up. We're getting close to being able to get down this Pestilence and wipe our opponent's board, and that should seal up the game. Opponent gets in with Ninja. Yup. Draws a card. Opponent's drawing a million cards. We can't do anything about that. But if we can keep our opponent from getting more than 1 land, the amount of cards they draw is not super helpful. Opponent ponders. Right now we have 1 land destruction spell in hand. We can try to read the bones for more. Opponent draws. Yup. Discards. And our opponent's just kind of filtering since they have to discard so many cards to hand size. Barrenmoor. I'll play Radiant Fountain. Play Pestilence. Activate. 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 Steal back the crowd. Gain some life. And now I like the shape we're in. Pass the turn. Draw a card. Duress is not a bad addition. Now our opponent can't steal back the crowd. Opponent. Augur Bolas. That is okay with us. And I think we're where we need to be. Opponent. Yup. No cards. Passes. Let's duress our opponent. Scred, Gush, 2 counter spells. Let's take Scred. We're just going to keep our opponent off of being able to cast their blue stuff. Icequake. Play the Swamp. And we're not even going to attack. We're just going to pass. Draw a card. And I think we just got him locked, Evolving Wilds for our opponent. Alright. Pestilence. Pestilence. An opponent scoops it up. Mono black land destruction. Taking down Delver. And that was pretty good. We just keep our opponent from doing anything. Anything. They just can't play Magic, which doesn't get much better than that. Sweet. Alright. Playing Pauper time. We are mono black land destructing. And this hand's reasonable. We're like a Dark Ritual away from it being insane, but I mean, worst case, we draw some cards on turn 2 and then... Uh-oh. Oh dear. Dear God. Okay. Dark Ritual? Oh, the life loss is painful against Burn. We have to keep them at, like, literal 0 lands. I'll play the Swamp. Oh, no! Oh, dear. Oh, dear. That was not how we drew it up. That was very, very ungood. Maybe we should have played Peat Bog. So, Dark Ritual, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. So, I guess we just Dusk Legion Zealot. Lose some more life. Play Peat Bog. Next turn, we can blow up all of our opponent's lands, but we're pretty far behind. Opponent gets in. Well, we will chump your Keldon Marauders. We do have a tiny bit of life gain. Oh, more Keldon Marauders. Oh, my God. And they just keep coming. Okay, down to 12. And more lands. And Needle Drop. This is not good. Not good at all. 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana? Well, I guess we just Play Dusk Legion Zealot. I feel like we're pretty dead here. Draw a card. Play a swamp. Blow up a mountain. This feels like a tricky matchup. Tricky. Does our opponent have Flame Blast? Fire Blast? Fire Blast. This matchup feels so bad. They do have Fire Blast. Okay, we're down to 6. Down to 5. Yeah, we're in the worst of shape. Opponent. We're probably just dead right here, honestly. Down to 5. Virtual 4 thanks to Keldon Marauder. Opponent. Attacks. Well, we will block. Needle drop. Huh? Oh. Needle drop. Seriously? Opponent passes. Well, Dark Ritual. Ice Quake. Why? Why, opponent? Why slow roll it? I don't understand. Okay. This matchup seems very bad. Well, we get Tendrils of Corruption, Cartouche of Ambition, Duress, and I think that's our main plan. Go down, Read the Bones. Go down, Befoul. We probably have to cut some land destruction. Probably Rancid Earth is the most painful since it hurts us. Our deck loses a lot of life. Go down Rancid Earth and I guess like a Chainer's Edict. This deck doesn't play that many creatures. Alright. Well, we kind of have a plan. Tendrils of Corruption or Cartouche to gain a bunch of life. That's our main plan. We get to play first. Oh, we get to mulligan. Double Peat Bog, eh? We do have a Cartouche. Unfortunately, we have nothing to... Well, we're going to keep... Magic Gods. Seriously. Well, our entire mana base is good at sacrificing itself, which is not the most ideal of scenarios. Forgotten Cave. Dusk Legion Zealot. Peat Bog. We basically need to find a Gurmag Angler, I think. Mountain. Curse of the Pierced Heart. Opponent. Passes. We take 1. Well, 2... Yeah, I mean... 6 mana. Blow up Forgotten Cave. Blow up the mountain. Play a Peat Bog. Get in with Dusk Legion Zealot. Oh, this is awkward. This is super awkward. Opponent, Forgotten Cave. Come on, Gurmag Angler. Alright. Well, we will sign in blood. The 4th Peat Bog. Okay. Get in with Dusk Legion Zealot. What are the chances? We've drawn all 4 Peat Bogs. That's not good. That's not even a little good. I mean, if we draw Gurmag Angler, we still have a chance. Oh, okay. Well, now we have a good chance. So we... Peat Bog. Oh, we're going to have 0 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gurmag Angler's 1. Ice Quake. Alright, so... Peat Bog. Duress our opponent. Yeah, we're just going to have no mana. Duress our opponent. Take Lightning Bolt. Gurmag Angler. Yeah, Gurmag Angler. Cartouche. Counter on Keldon Marauders. Pass the turn. Alright. Opponent. Keldon, taken down. We could really use a swamp. Gonna be all up to this... to this Gurmag Angler. Opponent does kind of have outs. Like, suspend Rift Bolt, draw Lightning Bolt. Or Rift Bolt would get us. Or maybe Flame Blast. Hopefully not Flame Blast. We're gonna have 0 lands, though. Oh, this is... Okay, Rift Bolt suspended. Yup. We would like to draw a... We gotta draw a swamp. Mountain. Lava Spike. Needle Drop. Alright. Well, hopefully they don't draw the answer. Opponent. No attacks. We take 1. That does not help. Well, get in with Gurmag Angler. Gain 6. This is the moment of truth. If our opponent top decks in answer to Gurmag Angler, they should win. Rift Bolt. Come on, tell us you didn't draw it. Come on, Magic Gods. Oh, they didn't draw it. Oh my, that was the weirdest hand. Huh. We we drew mono. Good God. We drew mono peat bogs. Literally mono peat bogs. Wow. And we still managed to win somehow. All right. Well, okay. Run it back. I have no clue how that actually worked. Well, all right. We will keep this. Duress is good. Tendrils of Corruption gives us some life gain, hopefully. Opponent passes. I'll play the Swamp, and let's lead on Duress. Opponent thinking. Wow. Oh, I cannot believe our opponent kept that. Wow. How do you keep 6 lands in burn? Well, I mean, we'll take it. For being a tough matchup, we will not complain about that keep. Mountain. Get to Lava Runner. Opponent passing. I'll play the Swamp, and let's just get rid of Lava Runner. Pass the turn. Opponent. Alright, Curse of the Pure Star. That's some repeatable damage. Opponent passes. We take 1. Alright, this is awkward, but... Yeah, let's play Peat Bog. Our land destructions, maybe that's why our opponent kept it, is our land destruction isn't great against that. Chain Lightning, down to 14. We need a creature at some point to target with tendrils. Curse of the Pure Star, down to 13. Well, Dark Ritual, Icequake, Swamp, pass the turn. Opponent, Mountain. Well, let's cycle Barrenmore. Dark Ritual, down to 12. Alright, that's not bad. Thorn of the Black Rose. Draw an extra card. Worst case, we can at least tendrils our own thing to gain life. Opponent, Searing Blaze. Puts us to 9. Alright, down to 9. Come on, deck. Be good to us. Passes. 8. Alright, so Dark Ritual. Choking Sands. Whoa! Oh, man. Our opponent is drawn well. Oh, we need a creature. There's Gurmag Angler. Do we get another turn? Probably not. Opponent passes. Down to 3. Well, Gurmag Angler. Yep. Peat Bog. Pass the turn. Draw a card. Let's Dark Ritual. Tendrils. Go up to 6. Opponent passing. We draw. Come on, Cartouche. Swamp. Well, play the Swamp. Get in with Gurmag Angler. Hit our opponent. Play Dusk Legion Zealot. Draw a card. We're at 4. Go to our end step. Draw a card. Alright. Well, Needle Drop the Face. Tendrils Gurmag Angler. Gain some life. Up to 8. Down to 7. Swamp. Boy, oh boy, is this close. Opponent. Passing. We draw. Cartouche. Down to 6. Swamp. Well, duress our opponent. We're dead to a land. There's no way around it. Well, take Lightning Bolt. Play the Swamp. Go to combat. Attack. Hope our opponent does not draw land. Oh, one more land destruction spell would have been so good. Alright. No land? No land for no death? There it is. Alright. And that does it. Wow. Wowie zowie, wowie zowie. Well, okay. Jeez. Man, we were close. Whoa! Alright, well, you can't win them all, I guess. Whew, boy, was that a close game. Alright, Playing Pauper time. We are playing some mono black land destruction, and, I mean, we have turn 1 land destruction, so we're keeping this. It looks like we're up against a Delver deck, which means Daze is a thing that could happen. Opponent passes. Well, Swamp, Dark Ritual. Choking Sands? Get it out of here. All right, island number 1 down. We actually have a Rancid Earth for next turn, too, if we want to. Come on. Probes. All right. Takes a peek. Sees the horror of another land destruction spell. Let's keep it going. Now we kind of want some card draw. That would be our best thing to find. Blow up the lands, draw some cards. Opponent, what do you got? Island. Brainstorms. Well, digging for lands. We are going to Dark Ritual, blow up a land again. Keep our opponent as low as possible. Yep. Opponent passes. Well, Swamp. Dark Ritual. We have spent a lot of our hand doing this. We've spent 4 cards to blow up 2 lands. So now we need some card draw to refuel. Opponent. Come on. No more lands. Island. Opponent. Really? Opponent passes. I'll play the Swamp. Play Dusk Legion Zealot. Draw a card. Alright. Well, that's more land destruction for next turn, hopefully. Brainstorms. So many cantrips. Helps our opponent find lands, even though their deck does not play that many lands. Yep. Come on. Brainstorm locked. No land. No land. Preordain. 1 top, 1 bottom. Swamp. And Gurmag Angler. Well. Alright. Play Radiant Fountain. Gain a life. Icequake the island. Pass the turn. Phone it. Untaps. Combat. Gets in with Angler. Yup. Well, we'll take our beats. Down to 16. Cycle Barrenmore. More land destruction. Swamp. Non-swamp land. Well, get rid of Angler. It is a tiny bit unfortunate that we drew Choking Sands and cannot put our opponent to literal 0 lands, but play the Swamp, pass the turn. Could use some card draw. Evolving Wilds. Okay. Opponent. Passing. We find... Well, alright. Dusk Legion Zealot. Draw a card. Sign in Blood. Draw 2 cards. Well, get in with Dusk Legion Zealot. Thorn of the Black Rose is going to be sweet if it resolves. Well, unless our opponent just plays a Delver and flips it. Evolving Wilds, Island. Opponent. Passing? I like passing. So, Choking Sands the island. Opponent. Spell Pierce. Should we Dark Ritual to play around Daze? I mean, if they have Daze, they can pick up the island anyway. Alright, so we will just pay for Spell Pierce. If they have Daze, they should have just picked up the island anyway. Get in with the Dusk Legions. This does mean we don't get down Thor to the Black Rose this turn. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Come on, no islands. Evolving Wilds. Is this another Angler? Alright, Angler Part 2. Opponent passes. Ooh, that's sweet. So, Thorn of the Black Rose. Become the Monarch. Play our own Angler. Opponent cracks. Grabs an island. Daze. Well, okay. We will pay for Daze. Pass the turn. Draw a card. Whew, more Anglers. Alright. No land destruction, but we're drawing extra cards now. Island for our opponent. Thought Scours. Mills themselves. Ooh, including an island. And passes. We draw a Swamp. Yeah, let's just Chainer's Edict. And that might do it. Opponent dazes. Well, we've played around Daze pretty well this game. Pay for Daze. Go to combat. Attack. And opponent scoops it up? Okay. That was a pretty dominating performance for our deck. That was pretty good. We started the land destruction on turn 1, and it was enough to carry us through that game. Alright, main addition is Duress. Duress comes in, go down Befoul, and go down maybe 2 Dusk Legion Zealots. And just run it like that. Run it like that, see if we can get the win. Okay. This hand's not bad. We can deal with the creatures, we got a Duress. Technically, we have turn 2 land destruction. Whether or not we fire it off remains to be seen. Well, Peat Bog, go. It might be better to Duress first, and then start destroying lands the following turn. Opponent gets an island. Plays an island. Passes. Ooh, another Duress. Well, play the Swamp. Duress our opponent. Sinkhole would be so sweet in this deck. Technically a common in paper, but not on Magic Online, so not legal. Shrivel Daze 2 counterspells. Well, take a counterspell. Pass the turn. We can play around Daze. We might be in decent shape here. Opponent. Shrivel does basically nothing. I'm not even sure why our opponent sideboarded in Shrivel. It's like, it hurts them more than it hurts us, I think. Island. Okay. Opponent passing. Well, let's Swamp. Duress our opponent. Opponent counterspells. And we will pass. We can't really... If we try to blow up a land, our opponent just dazes it back to their hand. I guess it does get us closer to this Gurmag Angler. Alright. Icequake and Island. Opponent dazes. Yep. Pass the turn. So opponent has Shrivel, Evolving Wilds, Island, alright, and Brainstorm. Wouldn't mind just drawing a land. A land would be nice because it would allow us to... Alright, plays the Island, interesting. It would allow us to Rancid Earth without spending this Peat Bog. Dark Ritual. Well, let's... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now that's Dark Ritual. Angler. Opponent Brainstorms. We've already got through 2 counterspells. Alright. Angler resolves. Pass the turn. Alright, Angler. Up to you to take this down. Evolving Wilds. Opponent passing. Well, go to combat. Get in with Gurmag Angler. Ooh, opponent cracks. Interesting. Well, get in with Gurmag Angler. Dark Ritual. Rancid Earth the Swamp. Try to keep our opponent off of playing their own Angler. Spell Pierce. Alright. We're gonna cash in our Peat Bog to pay. Oh, 2 Spell Pierces. Alright, well, the Swamp survives. Opponent's hand is Shrivel and 1 unknown card. Well, actually, they might have shuffled away Shrivel. Evolving Wilds. Hopefully Angler just takes us down. Angler. Attacks. Disfigure. Okay. Pass the turn. 1 card in hand for our opponent. We have creatures extremely covered, even with no lands. Opponent gets another Swamp. Delver. Land would let us play around... Rancid Earth. Well... let's just attack. Attack our opponent. Takes it to 7. Chainer's Edict. Delver down. 2 more turns of attacking. Opponent untaps. Delver. We draw. Choking Sands. Well, attack with Gurmag Angler. Opponent. Chumps. Yup. Pass the turn. We could use a land. Brainstorms. 2 cards in hand. Augur of Bolus. Okay. Finds... something? Thought Scour. And... what? Ooh. Alright. Found an Angler. That's not great. Well, Chainer's Edict. Pass the turn. Awkward. So awkward. Opponent untaps. Thought Scours. Brainstorms. We're on 2 lands for oh man, turn 10. And we're almost winning. Opponent. Land. 1 card in hand. Attacks. Alright, we'll take it. They must have a second Angler. That must be their last card. Down to 15. Angler. Okay. Well, go to combat. Attack. Opponent blocks. I'll play the Swamp. Chainer's Edict. Pass the turn. What's our opponent got on top? Opponent passing. Well, Icequake a Swamp. Okay. Ash Barrens finds an island. Oh, we could really use a land. Opponent's got an island and an unknown. Plays a land. Opponent passes. Well, let's Sign in Blood. Play a Swamp. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Probes. Gets a peek. And cycles Ash Barrens. Okay. Opponent passes. Well, Thorn. Got a counter? No. Alright, Thorn resolves. Cards will be drawn. Man, we have had a hard time finding lands. Opponent untaps. Preordain. Bottom top. Preordain. It is unfortunate the Swamp survived. Delver. Land. We draw. Thorn. Well, Rancid Earth the Swamp. Kill the Delver. Get in for 1. Man, Rancid Earth dealing damage to the Delver. We draw a card. Duress is okay. Opponent, no black mana. Plays an island. Passes. Angler. Well, Duress our opponent. Step 1. No cards in hand. Run out a hopefully game-ending Gurmag Angler. Get in with Thorn. Well, we have been pinched on mana this whole game, but we're going to take down the win. We're going to get the win. Draw a card. There's a land. Opponent. Land. And that does it. That does it. Man, land destruction coming through. Attack. And that's lethal. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Well, that's land destruction. That was pretty good. Pretty impressive. All right. Playing Pauper time. We are playing some mono black land destruction. All right, we're going to keep this. It's a little slower than we want. A Dark Ritual would be our best draw, or any of our 2-mana stuff. But this hand does have power, like Choking Sands into Befoul. We are on the play, and then, oh man, and our opponent's mulliganing. Well, that's going to make it a little easier, most likely. Opponent starting at 5 cards theoretically means we can get by with blowing up less lands. Opponent, Mountain, passes. Well, play the Swamp. Sign in Blood is pretty much exactly what we wanted. Although, if this is Burn, it's a little sketchier. Pass the turn. Down to 18. Mountain. Okay. So it is Burn. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We have a Radiant Fountain. We can start blowing up lands. Play Radiant Fountain. Gain some life. Choking Sands a Mountain. Pass the turn. We don't have much life gain in the main deck, though. Mountain for our opponent. Curse of the Pierced Heart. Okay. Opponent passes. We drop to 15. We'll play the Swamp. Befoul a land. Pass the turn. Well, can we live long enough to win with Gurmag Angler? Get to Lava Runner. Gonna get in. Yup. Down to 13, down to 12. Well, this is interesting. Now we get to Dark Ritual, Chainer's Edict, and Gurmag Angler. Pass the turn. And we're a land away from a second Gurmag Angler. Opponent finds a Mountain. Searing Blaze, sure. Down to 9. Down to 8. Well, we'll see. Peat Bog is not a great land. Get in with Gurmag Angler. Hit our opponent. Play Peat Bog. Pass the turn. Well, I don't know. We might just be dead. Opponent passing. Down to 7. 1, 2, 3. Well, get in with Gurmag Angler. Hit our opponent. Gurmag Angler. I mean, this is it. Either our opponent can kill us here or we kill them. I assume they can kill us. Pass the turn. Alright, are we dead? Mountain. 3 mana. Shard Volley. And Fire Blast. Alright. Little unfortunate that we're playing Burn every round. Burn is not a super top tier Pauper deck, but it is being played by our opponents. So we get Duress. We get Cartouche and Tendrils. We go down Befoul. We go down Read the Bones. We go down Rancid Earth. And we go down One Chainer's Edict. Actually, let's go down 2 Chainer's Edict and go up a Ghastly Demise. And run it like that. Ay! It is a little awkward. Burn does not feel like one of our best matchups. So running into it twice in a row is not ideal. Well, we're going to keep this. We desperately need a creature. Or I guess our opponent could play creatures for us to... I mean, if we can get a Cartouche on a Gurmag Angler, it's usually pretty difficult for our opponent to win. We have a lot of life gain in this hand. No land destruction, though. Well, Pete Bog, go. Well, I was hoping we would play a... not Burn twice in a row. More of a mixture of matchups with mono black land destruction, but we'll see. Opponent, untaps. Deeply in the tank with no mana and no lands. Interesting decision. Opponent passes. Well, let's just swamp and pass. I don't think we want to spend one of our 2 Pete Bogs on Dusk Legion Zealot. Lightning bolts our face down to 17. Opponent, tap land, and passes. Icequake, eh? Well, that's probably worth spending a activation on. Let's play a swamp. Icequake, Forgotten Cave. Probably was better to hit the mountain, actually, but alright. Opponent, Shard Volleys. Well, apparently they got all the land sacking stuff. Pass the turn. So we didn't get much value from that land destruction. Opponent, thinking. Lava Runner. Gets in for 2. Eop. Down to 12. Opponent, tap land. We draw. Icequake. Well, play Radiant Fountain. Gain some life. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so Pete Bog, Dark Ritual. Icequake the Mountain. Tendrils, Lava Runner. Back up to 16. We really need a Gurmag Angler. That's the card that wins us this game. Opponent, passing. Lava Runner. Well, okay. I guess we just put our opponent to 0 lands. Pass the turn. Angler. Opponent, passing. Well, play Dusk Legion Zealot. Ooh, Thorn of the Black Rose is good. Play the land, pass the turn. Thorn is very good here. Our opponent does not have that many creatures, so that's going to just draw us extra cards. And hopefully get us to... Alright, there's a mountain. Alright, so Thorn of the Black Rose. Become the Monarch. Pete Bog. And we're not going to attack this turn. Draw a card. It's a swamp. Mountain number 2. Opponent. Curse of the Pierced Heart. Well, now I guess we're probably just going to Cartouche this Thorn. Take 1. Yeah, let's Cartouche Thorn. No killing of our Dusk Legion Zealot. Get in, gain some life. Wow. Alright. Opponent gives up all their lands. Well, okay. Choking Sands. I guess Curse of the Pierced Heart can kill us eventually. Opponent passes. Down to 13. Oh boy, that's an Angler. Play the Swamp. Play Gurmag Angler. Angler's a fast enough clock with our opponent at 0 lands that hopefully we can kill our opponent before they can kill us. And if we draw another Cartouche or Tendrils, Then all of a sudden we can gain a huge chunk of life and put away the game. Alright, more choking sands. Opponent, passing. Yup. Down to 12. Well, go attacking. Hit our opponent. Down to 11. Thorn number 2. Pass the turn. Draw Chainer's Edict. Opponent passes. And scoops it up. Okay. We got there. I mean, it's not like we're drawing dead against burn, but it is not our preferred matchup by any stretch. Alright, run it back. Run it back. It's mostly about the life gain and the Gurmag Anglers. That is the main plan. Okay. 0 lands. Yeah, got a ship. 1 land, but we do have a cartouche. This is not great, though. Yeah, we're going to keep. Icequake definitely to the bottom. We need to hit lands. Lava Runner. Well, Barrenmore. If we don't top deck a land this turn, things are very bad. Mountain. Opponent. Gets in. Down to 19. Land, please. Land, please. Thermo Alchemist. Alright. Well, Dream dead. Dream super dead. Opponent. Mountain. Gets in for 1. Thermo Alchemist. Good God. Land? I don't know about these peat bogs. They're good on turn 1, but boy are they bad for the rest of the game. Don't help with tendrils much either. Curse of the Pure Start. Opponent. Gets in. Hits us. Down to 16. Down to 15. I mean, Dusk Legion Zealot. Draw a card. Lose a life. Radiant Fountain. Chainer's Edict. Somehow we've managed to not find a swamp. Pings us. Which means these tendrils are just doing literal nothing. And a lightning bolt to untap. Yeah. Well, this hand was not meant to win. Down to 12. Down to 9. Virtual 7. Virtual 6. Yeah, we're... Alright. Yeah, there's no coming back from this. Alright, let's play some non-burn decks. Non-burn, please. Alright, Playing Pauper time. We are playing some mono-black land destruction, and this hand's a bit slower than we like, but we'll give it a go. Swamp Goo. So we have land destruction on 3 and 4, Thorn of the Black Rose. What are we? Vault Scourge. So Stompy? Alright. Well, play the Swamp. Chainer's Edict. Get rid of the Vault Scourge. We'll see how this goes. Our opponent probably does not need that many lands to have their deck function. Forest. Nest Invader. Yep. And passes. Well, play the land. Let's just Rancid Earth of Forest. Pass the turn. The question is going to be, can we afford to play this Thorn of the Black Rose? Opponent. Nest Invader. Part 2. Okay. And Ranker's a Nest Invader. Yep. Opponent. Gets in with Nest Invader. Down to 16. I'll play the Swamp. Kill the Nest Invader. Pass the turn. Ideally, this Gurmag Angler will come down and be able to play some defense. Land for our opponent. Elephant Guide. Oh boy. We don't have a good answer for that. Gets in. Down to 11. I'll play a Swamp. Play an Angler. But our Angler is only trading with this Nest Invader. Forest for our opponent. There's a Ranker. It kind of feels like... Opponent gets in. It kind of feels like... I don't know. Oh no. Good God. Mutagenic Growth. Kind of feels like land destruction has some good matchups and some bad matchups. Is there anything we can read the bones into? I think we're just dead. Read the bones. Chainer's Edict just gets a Scion. Alright, yep. Alright, that's game. I feel like we might just be hitting weird matchups with Mono Black Land Destruction. We have not played a very good mixture of matchups. So it's really hard to gain a sense of how good this deck actually is. Or maybe that's just how Pauper is at the moment. Unfortunately, land destruction does not feel very good against Stompy. They have alternate mana sources with Nest Invader, and they don't really need many lands to be effective. So we're going to bring in like cartouches, go down a bunch of land destruction, go down a Dark Ritual, bring in our removal. I really wanted this deck to be sweet, too. I was hopeful it was going to be super sweet, but, well, I guess we'll see. Let's see if we can turn it around here in game 2 and 3. Okay. I mean, I guess this is fine. It's a little unfortunate that our Peat Bog is going to go away. I don't know about this Peat Bog. When it's good, but when it's bad, it is about as bad as it gets. Well, that's Chainer's Edict. Play the Swamp. Pass the turn. 4 is for our opponent. There's the Nest Invader. I'll play Radiant Fountain. Chainer's Edict. Pass the turn. Nest Invader's insane against Chainer's Edict. That card's been absolutely so brutal in both games. Seems like a good option, considering how popular Chainer's Edict is. Opponent gets in. Yeah, hits us. Down to 20. Solana Ledgewalker. We draw a Swamp. Well, play the Swamp. This Ledgewalker means we can't even Thorn of the Black Rose. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Well, maybe we're supposed to bring in Pestilence in this matchup? I don't know. Elephant Guide. Life keeps getting worse. And we're dead. We have no... I mean, I guess we can draw Chainer's Edict, and that kind of helps. Play a Swamp. I mean, I guess we're doing this. I don't think this is a great plan, but Thorn of the Black Rose. The problem is our opponent's going to steal this with the Ledgewalker. This deck has not worked as well as I was hoping. Alright, pass the turn. Draw a card. Opponent. Thinking. Rancor. Add that to the pile. Burning Tree. Emissary. Adds mana. River Boa. Yeah. I mean, Pestilence wouldn't have mattered here, but in hindsight, I think maybe we should have brought it in. I'll play the Swamp. Befoul River Boa. Ghastly Demise Burning Tree. Get in. Steal back the Monarchy. Hey, this hasn't even been a little close. Gurmag Angler, not good against a massive Solana Ledgewalker. Bone it. Getting in. Yeah. Down to 6. And I don't know what else we have. If our opponent has no other creature... Alright, there's another creature. So now we literally have 0 outs. Another Ledgewalker. Aye, boggles. Boggles, boggles. Yeah, alright. That does it. Well, that was brutal. Whew, that was brutal. Yikes, yikes, yikes. So what do we learn this week about mono black land destruction in Pauper? And good God, this was a weird one. So in our video matches, we finished 2 and 3, which not as good as a 3 and 2, but you know, it's not a horrible record. Really though, I played like a league and a half with the deck, and the matchups were just incredibly weird. I played Burn 3 times, Delver 3 times, and then a couple of other decks which we saw in the video. So it was really hard to get a sense of just how good the deck actually was because of the matchups we played. So our overall record was not very good. We lost to Burn all 3 times. Delver, I think we went 2 and 2 with. And then the other matchups, you saw the Stompy matchup, we lost. So it was very odd, just the way that our matches actually broke down in the decks that we played against. So I tried to divide it up so you saw as many different matchups as possible. Unfortunately, Burn snuck in twice. There wasn't much I could do about it. There was going to be a duplicate one one way or another. So the deck, man, it's really sweet sometimes. When we get our good starts, it feels like we can beat kind of anyone. If we blow up a land on turn 1 or by turn 2 and can just chain that together, follow it up with some card draw, we can get some flawless victories essentially, and it's really hard for decks to recover from that. On the other hand, there's kind of two problems we ran into. First off, the deck has some bad matchups, and I think the biggest of those, at least from our experience today, was the Burn matchup, which we lost to all 3 times we played it, which is many matchups lost to Burn. And the problem against Burn is, in game 1, we're pretty much drawing dead. It is exceedingly unlikely that we will ever beat Burn before we sideboard. I guess in theory, they could not draw any lands, and we get a really fast Gurmag Angler after blowing up a couple lands, but in reality, it is very unlikely we ever beat Burn in game 1. We have some good sideboard options. Duress is fine. Our life gain stuff is kind of fine, although Tendrils was a lot worse than it looks. Because of the Barren Moors and the Peat Bogs, sometimes we'd only have 1 swamp on the battlefield. So we were consistently able to win one of the 2 sideboarded games against Burn, but never both sideboarded games. I think all 3 Burn matchups, we lost 1-2, picking up one of the sideboarded games. So that was problem number 1. There are just bad matchups, and to back that up, there's other bad matchups. I would imagine something like Elves is probably a pretty bad matchup. Sure, we get Pestilence after sideboarding. Maybe we can Rancid Earth away some stuff if we really fill our graveyard fast. But aggro and go wide decks, especially with burn spells, really challenging for our deck to keep up with. So that was problem number 1. The other problem we ran into sometimes was just running out of action. We had a couple of games where we were like, Dark Ritual Land Destruction, Dark Ritual Land Destruction, and we started off really strong, but then we wouldn't hit any card draw. We kind of emptied our hand to blow up a couple of lands, and our opponent would eventually draw more lands while we were kind of doing nothing and be able to get back into the game that way. So we need the right mixture of early land destruction, maybe 1 Dark Ritual ideally, and then being able to back that up with card draw. And if we miss any of those pieces, the deck really struggles. Sure, we blow up lands, but then we don't have card draw and our opponent gets back in the game. Or we don't hit our land destruction, our opponent gets up to 3 or 4 lands on the battlefield. And a lot of Pauper decks can function without that many lands anyway, because it's a very Legacy-like format. And that doesn't even include, the third problem is, we played a lot of Delver decks, and Delver decks are known for playing Daze and Gush, and with the new Ultimate Masters cards, I would expect Gush to be even more popular, because it's so good with Foil, which is going to be, that's another story for another time, what Foil's going to do to Pauper. But, that's the other problem, and Daze and Gush are just kind of hard counters to our land destruction, because our opponent can just pick up the land that they're targeting and get value from it. So there's some issues with the deck. The good games are really good. The bad games or the bad matchups are pretty bad. But I do think that we got a little bit unlucky, not as far as the actual games and how they played out. I think the deck functioned about like you would expect it to function. However, I think we did get a bit unlucky with the matchups. We didn't run into any control decks. We didn't run into any Tron decks. There are certain matchups where this deck is going to be just absurdly good. And instead of hitting the absurdly good matchups, we played probably the worst matchup in Burn 3 times out of all of our matches. And then we played Delver a whole bunch of times as well. In Delver, I don't know if I would say it's our worst matchup. It's not to the level of Burn where it's like you just can't win, but it's definitely not a great matchup for the deck either because of the stuff we were talking about. They can stick a Delver on turn 1 and just ride that to victory, the Dazes, the Gushes. So it's not a great matchup either. It's a little bit more 50-50-ish, but we didn't hit a single one of what I would consider the great matchups for the deck. And decks like Tron are really popular in Pauper. Decks like Blue-Black Control, various weird control decks, those are also really popular, and those are the matchups where blowing up a land can just seal the game really easily and really pull us ahead because our opponent's trying to cast these expensive spells. So all in all, our record wasn't great. However, it comes with a bit of an asterisk that I think we played like our hardest possible set of matches, and we played a lot of hard matches on repeat over and over again. So I think, despite our not great record, if we ran this through 2 or 3 more leagues, we would hit the league where we don't play against Burn at all, because Burn isn't like at the top of the format by any stretch. It's very odd that we played it so many times. Or we only play against Delver once, and instead we play like a couple Tron decks, a blue-black control deck, and then our mono-black land destruction deck probably would post a really solid like 4-1-5-0 finish. So the deck, it has good matchups, it has bad matchups. The good matchups are really sweet, and when our deck does its thing, it's one of the coolest ways to win, just blowing up all the lands, getting in there with the Gurmag Angler, drawing tons of cards. So when it goes well, it goes really well, but when it goes poorly, or the matchup is poor, it goes really poorly. So anyway, that's been mono black land destruction for Pauper. That's been our Playing Pauper deck for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, even though we did a reasonable amount of losing, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.